Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back to our YouTube channel, and thank you so much for joining the channel today. Guys, there is something I want to talk about today. I don't know who has been affected or who it has been affecting already, but there is something. If you are to apply for a visa, please listen to me very well. If you intend to apply for a visa, this issue of people creating bank accounts, all right, is what I want to talk about. Point number one. Then I will talk about issues of visas. Point number two. If you want to create a bank account, if you intend to travel abroad, let me be specific here. Create the account with a bank. Microfinance is not a bank. Create the account with a bank. That is point number one you need to note, and take this very seriously. It is important. A lot of people don't know how these things work. If you don't create your account with a bank, when you need a bank statement, for example, there are countries that you need to put the money in your own personal bank account. When you are to put the money in your bank account now, how do you intend to go about that? You need your own personal bank account, not a microfinance, all right? Not an account with a microfinance, not an account with a credit union, not an account with maybe a whatsoever. It must be a bank account. Please create your accounts with banks if you intend to travel abroad, and start building the accounts. Because there are certain countries that you need to put the money in your own account before you print the bank statement, before you print the bank attestation, then you show it to the diplomatic missions, maybe the consular or embassies. I hope you understand. That is the first point I wanted to talk about here, because a lot of people seems not to understand how this travel abroad is. Point number two. Now, this is about visas. I want to be specific here with Canada, because I know a lot of people probably might be looking at the Canadian visas or the United States visas. But I want to focus on Canada because I have received more complaints from people who have tried Canada before. As an international student who wants to migrate abroad, if you want to apply for a visa, please go to the embassies. Go to the embassies, because that is where you are going to get visas from. That is a general scenario. Go to the embassies. Now, individual scenarios. If you want to apply for a Canadian visa, let's say a student visa to Canada, a tourist visa to Canada, a visit visa to Canada, or a business visa, and someone walks up to you, or you walks up to somebody and say, please, I want to apply for this visa. Can you please help me? When I receive such questions, first of all, I tell the people, please, I don't do visas. Go to the embassies. Now, in case the individual who you just spoke to doesn't tell you to go to the embassy, especially for Canadian study visa or a tourist visa or whichsoever visa, in as much as you want to enter Canada, please, if that person tells you that I can do the visa for you, make sure that this person doing this visa brings you to the biometrics. First, what I'm trying to say is, if the person doing the visa for you doesn't ask you to go for any biometrics anywhere, that visa is not a real visa. Take this, and take this very seriously. If you want to apply for a Canadian study visa, for example, you must do what is called the biometrics. If you don't do the biometrics, if you don't go to any VFS office to do the biometrics, if you do not go to any office that involves Canada or that have any link to the Canadian embassy or to the Canadian embassy itself or consular to do the biometrics, any visa that the individual gives you is not a correct visa. For you to travel to Canada, either via somebody or via the embassy, if you must get a visa, you must do the biometrics. It is very, very important. If somebody takes your passport, then after some time brings a visa to you, whereas you didn't go to any VFS office for biometrics, you never did biometrics anywhere, just know that that visa is not a visa. That is not a visa. I don't want to use the right name here. I am just saying this because a lot of you on this YouTube channel, you have complained to me. Somebody even came one time with a very funny post on this channel and I don't know. In fact, I didn't read it because there are some comments when I see it instigate hate speech, I don't read it. That is me. All right. I only respond to people that have valuable comments. That is me. Sincerely, that is me. I don't waste my time on some certain comments. I don't waste my time on it. So I'm just saying this because there is some people, in fact, there are a group of 3 individuals. There are 3 of them in my inbox. When I asked them, did you go for biometrics? They said no. I asked them, where did you get the visa? The funniest thing is that they don't even know the individual, like physically, they don't know the person that gave them the visa. And a lot of people have been victims to this type of information. Please, if you must, I'm being specific to Canada. The reason I'm specifying or I'm being specific to Canada is because I understand that a lot of other countries, you must not go through them, but for you to get a visa in your international passport stamped a visa, go and get your biometrics. Go and do the biometrics. I myself, I got a visa one time that I was not supposed to even get the visa, but that was at the level of the embassy. At the end of the day, we still gave them our biometrics. Please go to the only place where you will get your visa and you will not be shaking or maybe be like panicking is this visa, because I've gotten a lot of people, they are showing me. Some will come to me, they will be like, Milton, check this visa for me. Check this visa for. The first thing I ask you is, where did you get the visa from? If you tell me it was not from the embassy, please, I will not waste my time. I'm not checking visas. If you go and get your visa from somebody, please, that is not my concern. Face the individual. Don't come to me. Please, I'm begging. I just want to address this because I don't have time for headaches. I try to avoid everything. Please, let's avoid. Get your visa from competent officials. There is another guy who came to me and was showing me a visa that I should check that the visa is for Australia. You cannot be moving to a country like this and you are joking with your own destiny. Of course, people will give you real visas. People, I don't know the connection they have that they are giving you real visas. That is not my business. Please, if you must get a visa, all right, make sure you go for biometrics, point number 1. Make sure you go to a VFS office for biometrics, point number 2. Make sure you get the visa from the embassy. I hope this video is helpful. Please subscribe and push out this video so that a lot of other people, there are a lot of victims, a lot of people, a lot of victims. There are screenshots I don't want to show anybody. Please. So again, before we move ahead, if you are applying to any European country, understand that the proof of funds is different for every country. Understand that medical insurance is different for every country. Understand that the insurance, sometimes they will say, especially for Schengen countries, these countries will say that you need to provide like maybe 30,000 insurance. You need to provide maybe 60,000 insurance. You need to provide maybe 20,000 insurance. When you see this, know that you are not paying this money. You are not paying these huge amounts of money to insurance company. All you need to go to the insurance company is to tell them that I need my insurance to cover this. This is where I want to go to. Let my insurance be equivalent to this. How much is their fee? Most insurance company, they charge per day, or I don't remember, but they have a certain proportion they charge every day, like AXA, Swisscare, and so many other insurance companies. All right. I hope this video helps you. Till we meet again, another video will drop today at around 4 p.m. So please do not miss out. It's about a certain university with programs that are still available for international students. So you can check it out and apply for a program or a degree program as if you want. Again, there is something someone said to me a few days ago. Those of you asking for proof of funds to study in Czech Republic, I have a video on my channel talking about that. Those asking for proof of funds for Lithuania, I have a video about that. If you want to travel to Belgium and study, I would prefer you put the money in your personal bank account, or you put the money as a blocked account in a bank in Belgium. I have mentioned this several times on this YouTube channel. And note that banks have different mode of, let me say, different procedure, different requirements. So before you bank with a particular institution, or before you put your money in a particular institution, know the laws of the institution and know what it takes. Blocked account for Germany is still available. You can always block your money and you move. Note that everything has changed. A lot of institutions have added tuition fee, and even most countries in Europe, they are charging more in terms of tuition fee. So if you are looking for cheap countries, cheap universities to study in, then the videos will be dropping very soon. Remember to pray before you apply for your visa. That is to say, make sure you submit the right documents, and when you come back, you pray. Pray before you go, and when you come back, you pray. I'm saying this because a lot of people are asking me, Milton, assure me that my visa is sure. First thing first, I don't do visas. Secondly, there is no sure visa. Please take this from me. There is no sure visa. Not this today. Nobody should fool you. Supply the right documents, sit back, observe, and you pray. Till we meet again in another video.